Fala, rapaziada. Chutes na área. Galera, bora continuar nossos vídeos aqui da série de Vampire the Masquerade. Exatamente de onde paramos no episódio anterior. Bora lá, continuar acompanhando essa trama aqui. A gente começou a jogar com o Galeb de novo, se não me engano, né? Galeb. Bora lá. Ele vai lá dar uma... Cara, pior que o jogo quando ele começa muito zoado. Tá, não tô com fome nem nada, vamos ativar tudo que puder ativar, né? Carniçal e um vampiro. Deus, mano. Qual que são os objetivos mesmo? Eu não lembro. Se não me engano é aqui, né? Fale com o Barrel em seu apartamento. Vamos lá falar com esse maluco. Nem lembro pra onde que é o apartamento desse povo. Aqui são as salitas.
A message from Caius. Need you downstairs. Urgent issue. Bad timing. I'm going to have to choose. Help Caius or speak with Beryl.
Fudeu. E agora? Maluco, eu vou falar com esse Caius, hein, velho. Acho que ele é mais importante, galera. Esse elevador aqui eu não pego. Vou falar com o Caius. Foda-se o Barrel. Ah, seja o que Deus quiser. Bora lá. A escolha foi feita. Espero que esse caboclo tenha alguma coisa útil pra me falar.
We're waiting for Mr. Leto's signal. Until then, if you have any questions, save them. Got it?
No problem.
Carniçal e vampiro. Beleza.
Have you talked to Mr. Leto yet?
I want a report on his activities pronto. I don't like the sound of that at all. Oh, there you are. Follow me, please. We'll speak in private.
Tá, meu jovem. Comece.
You wanted to see me?
Happy to see you, Galeb. We don't usually let anybody down here, but I can bend the rules for you.
To what do I owe this honor?
I need you. Something's come up. On the night of the attack, someone sent a message to an unauthorized recipient.
Is that a problem?
Could be a major one. Not a lot of people can do that, you know.
You wouldn't be trying to cover up a mistake, would you?
What? Are you crazy? Why would I tell you about it if I was involved in it?
Maybe you're afraid that we'll find out on our own.
If I wanted to do that, you'd have no way of knowing it.
Is that supposed to reassure me?
It's supposed to prove my sincerity. I get the feeling that it's all connected. It's too huge to be a coincidence.
Do you suspect anyone in particular?
Jara Drory.
Coitada, caiu pra ela de novo.
What you're telling me is extremely serious. I hope you have proof.
If I did, do you think I'd be asking for your help? But I wouldn't accuse her unless I had serious doubts. Think it through carefully. For starters, she's one of the few who knows how the system works.
She'd be able to cover her tracks, wouldn't she?
Maybe. But maybe she made a mistake.
I don't know. Jara has most likely been destroyed by now.
Do you have any evidence supporting what you're suggesting?
Até então ninguém sabe, né?
Nothing concrete. Just a hunch, if you want to call it that. In my place, under the current circumstances, I can't really go poking my nose in her business.
And I can.
Nobody will bother you. I'm not asking for much. Just take a look in Jara's room to see if you can find anything that ties her to any of this. And if you could do it quickly.
Why?
Because
Esse
I'm
cara é
about to
malandro.
erase a ton of data. It's the Code Red protocol. And since Jara vanished, the prince wants her personal data to disappear along with her. That doesn't give us much time. You in?
Ai, maluco, e agora? Deixar se enganar fácil por esse caboclo. Tá, vamos lá, vamos lá.
I
Vamos
could
concordar.
maybe go and take a look around.
Great. I found a key to her room. Take it.
Thanks.
É, falar com o
It's
cara
our
já falhou,
last
beleza?
chance to recover the data from Jara Drury's computer before everything disappears for good. Just insert this
adianta
thumb
nada.
drive and it will download everything I need. If she betrayed us, I'll know.
É,
Fine.
cara,
I'll go
fiz
see what I
merda, eu
can
acho. Tô
find.
achando que esse cara já é
Thanks.
malandrinho, hein?
One last thing.
Uh-huh.
If you could keep this just between you
É,
and
acho que esse bicho é malandro.
Fine.
me, and don't come back to see me here. It's supposed to be sealed. It'll look suspicious. I'll send in an engineer after you. Give him the drive when you're done, but don't tell him anything. We have to keep this between us.
As you wish.
As you wish. É, tá beleza. Já que eu fiz o favor de falhar a outra missão, né? Inclusive, se eu não me engano. Sua senha. Ó. As novas senhas estão no verso do caderno. Cadê o diabo desse caderno desse caboclo, velho? Tem que achar o verso do caderno do rapazinho, então. Nada aqui. Se você achar, seria só o ouro, hein? Uma gaveta abre. Opa! Isso aqui abre, hein? Arrombar a fechadura, vamos lá. Moedas antigas. Sério que eu entrei aqui só pegar isso? Vamos fechar de novo, né? Aqui, deixar escancarada a nossa malandragem.
Where's Miss Drury?
Eu precisava achar o caderno desse cara, velho.
Miss Drury's disappearance isn't making things any easier.
Caderno, caderno, caderno.
She always said she preferred paper to digital.
Que caderno tava falando? Era o caderno da Jara ou do Caio?
This is the first time we've worked together. I'm big on discipline.
No problem.
Deixei nada pra trás aqui, né? Fazer, desligar os servidores 23V para 27C. Reunião sobre o novo protocolo com a equipe 2. Retornar a ligação. 4965. Será que seria isso a senha, galera? 4965. 4965. Vambora arriscar, né? Vai que é. Já esqueci o diabo do negócio.
Dejan wanted to warn us about the Hartford Chantry's favorite rituals.
Now's not the time
He
for
doesn't
mistakes.
trust Deneb Osborne.
Nem deveria, né? Deixa eu só ler aqui de novo, galera. 4965. Eu esqueci em faixa, mas deu, me livrou. Memória de bosta. 4965.
Mr. Bazori, it's a pleasure to have you back here. If you ask me, there's not much more you'll be able to get out of this retainer besides blood. But go ahead.
Olha, rapaz, ainda é abusado.
James, isn't it? Jason Moore's bodyguard.
Yes, Mr. Bazori.
I've got some questions for you.
I've already answered so many questions.
You weren't with Moore yesterday. You went against standing orders.
No, he sent me to his office.
Why?
I was supposed to pick up some files. He was being really weird, like he was stalling for time.
You were supposed to bring him here, weren't you?
Yeah, but he said he had to get some documents from his place, and then he sent me to his office. At the time, I didn't think too much of it, but looking back on it, he was really doing everything he could not to leave with us.
You should have been more attentive. What happened once you got to his office?
I had a hard time finding what he wanted. He wasn't very clear about where I'd be able to find some specific invoices.
You lost precious time. You weren't his hand servant.
When I came back, the police had the whole place roped off, so I came straight here. And since then, I've done nothing but answer questions and wait.
How naive. Moore was at the party. So were you.
Yeah, I don't like to talk about it.
Calmá-lo, eu não consigo subir nada. Eu não tenho. Ou bota esse bicho pra
You
falar.
don't really have a choice.
Like I told the others, I don't really remember precisely what happened. It's all a blur. It happened so fast, and they almost got us. They came from all sides, and there was a stench of burned flesh and gunpowder. I'd seen a lot of things before, but that, it was unbearable. I don't know how we made it out. I don't know.
Nothing before that.
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Do you know what's going to happen next?
I have no idea. Nobody's telling me anything. Do you know?
The prince will determine your fate when she has time.
I'm not a high priority, am I?
I wouldn't be in a hurry if I were you.
I could still be useful to the Camarilla. Please.
I'm not the one who needs to hear it.
Vamos ver se esse
I
caboclo vai
must leave
sobreviver.
you.
Podia ter arrancado mais informação dele,
I'll be
provavelmente vai
staying
falhar.
here a long time.
Acho
I'm
não
waiting
é-
for my orders. I hope they'll let me go soon.
Nada nessas salas, então bora lá então. Nos aposentos. Nos aposentos. Aposentos do conselho. Comecem os jogos. Deus, mano. Se eu lembro de que são os...
Galeb, our secret agent is back already.
Vai ter um papinho com ela
The
aqui.
soldier is on furlough.
Not for long, I'm afraid. The prince will undoubtedly have some new task for me.
At least she trusts you. She hardly speaks to her primogen. Even Beryl is in the dark.
He's not used to that. It'll be good for him.
Are you still not talking?
You could say that.
Any regrets?
I don't see why I would have any regrets.
That's no surprise. Personally, I find that giving a child so much power is dangerous. The problem is that you have to watch them all the time. Otherwise, they end up making a mess of things.
Jogando em direta pra ele, será?
But trying to influence them is pointless.
You must be subtle about it, that's all. I give Mem just enough freedom so that she doesn't completely hate me. But I know exactly how to make her do whatever I want. Do you really think you'll have time to embrace Fang?
What do you mean?
Well, with all the elders gone, who knows who'll be next?
That's not something I'm willing to discuss with you.
Suit yourself.
Now, excuse me, I have to go.
Of course.
Now, excuse me, I have to go. Ela é toda amarelão, hein? Maluco aqui.
Mr. Bazori, your child left a few minutes ago.
Foda-se esse episódio. E aqui, né? Não consegui entrar.
Must be out. I'll have to talk to him another time.
Esse aqui que é o do cara, esse aqui é do Richard Donald.
It's locked from the inside.
Cadê o diabo do negócio da mulher lá, velho? Cadê a Hilda? Nada mais é do que ali. Jared Doyle. Aqui, garotinha. Aqui é de quem? Mary Underwood, Richard Dunn. Tá. Vamos ver então, vamos ver.
The prince didn't ask you for your opinion.
Hazel can't just ignore me and then call me in like this. Now get out of here before I make your blood boil.
Mr. Siaka, you're taking a big risk.
Goodbye.
Tá, né? Precisa dar uma escutadinha. Agora é o momento, galera. Vamos fuçar em tudo. Sentir a áurea. Tá, na Budime da descrição, né? Já eu teria adorado lhe dar esse vínculo pelo qual você espera tanto tempo. O vermelho é o que? Vampiro?
Let's see if Caius was right.
E aqui, o que tem aqui de interessante? Acho que nada, né, galera? Ela já abriu com a outra guria lá, com a Leisha. Ah, agora eu consigo ver. Não tá mais mocosado, pelo menos pra mim não, né? Nada aqui. Nada ali. Inspecionar.
Jara always was old-fashioned. Whatever's in this box must be important.
Adicionar. Virar direito. Tem nem noção, né? Tem chance de eu conseguir abrir isso daí. Se não tiver alguma coisa para dar as dicas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Isso não faz sentido. Sem nada envolvendo ali não. Ó, garotinho. 2, 3, tá faltando o restante, hein, galera.
Jara has always been wary of new technology.
Vou precisar baixar o outro antes de continuar aqui. Aqui, mano. Ó. Vamos lá. Inventário. O diagrama, cadê? Tem que ficar a porra do diagrama aqui, velho. Os diagramas. Será que é em Codex mesmo? Conceitos, nome das trevas, chamar. Não é aqui. Aqui. Lindas, personagens. Caralho, galera. Cadê o diabo do negócio aqui, velho? Onde é que fica isso? Diagrama completo. Aí ele abre o inventário, eu abro o inventário, mas cadê o diabo? Ah, tá aqui, ó, burro. Então vai ser uma pra cá, duas pra lá e depois aperto. Então bora lá, né, galera? Agora a gente mexe no computador aí, vamos pôr pra cá. Cá. Duas pra cá. E
John was
garotinho.
conducting her own investigation. There is no way Caius would be expecting that.
Vida provas, você usou o código antigo, o código teus. Nota. É bom eu ganhar esse código para mim mesmo. Aqui, procedimento alternativo. Horário de último contato, duração. Redução conveniente demais em relação à segurança. Claro, principalmente aumentar a vigilância no posto. Não sei todos os detalhes, mas isso pode complicar seus transportes. Isso é melhor do que você tem a oferecer, agradeço. Darei o recado às equipes, ainda estou aguardando a sua última remessa de arquivos. Estou providenciando, isso parece um teste para saber se a identificação funciona sem um código, mas por que preciso de mais informações?
It appears Caius was wrong. He and Jara may have been looking for the same individual.
Então, parece que ela não tem culpa no cartório, né? Agora eu não sei se compensa fazer isso aqui, hein, galera.
That should take less than a minute.
Decisão. Que diabo de decisão? Oh. Sei.
I hope Caius will be able to use what's on his thumb drive. I think that's everything. Now it's Caius's turn.
Consultar. Não é disso. Tá, então beleza. Acho que aqui já deu, né, galera? Vamos lá no... entregar as tretas lá pro Caius.
Hello, Mr. Visori. Mr. Leto asked me to wait until you were done. He also told me you'd have something for me.
Here it is. Give it to him, and him alone.
And don't ask any questions. I get it. Are you done here?
You may proceed.
Thanks.
I hope Caius knows what he's doing. Hazel is probably ready to see me now. I won't make her wait.
Quando a convocação do príncipe. Bora lá, né? Deixar o príncipe esperando não é uma boa coisa a se fazer. O príncipe quer... Que diabo é isso aqui, velho? Pilar mais louco.
The prince is ready to see you now.
Vambora, seja o que Deus quiser. A príncipe parece um sapo. Os olhos dela.
Galeb,
My prince.
we were expecting you.
How may I be of service to you this time?
One thing at a time. The situation has changed. The money is gone. The accounts have been emptied.
What? That's impossible.
Only Jason Moore could have transferred the money. The situation is dire.
Moore would never have done it on his own. He would never have dared.
I agree. It's much too bold a move for him. And that's what concerns me the most.
Então, sem din-din.
Someone used him to attack us. Someone who was extremely well prepared.
Perguntado, alguém da camarilha?
It might be one of our own.
That's what I think. It's the most plausible explanation.
If there's a traitor among us, I'll have their head.
One thing at a time. I'll take care of the traitor, personally. Failure is a luxury we will soon be unable to afford. If you have nothing more to say, we can move on to the reason I sent for you.
Vamos falar sobre a porra do arquivo.
Did you read Jorodori's file?
I wish I'd never seen it.
There's too much I despise in it.
She never mentioned she was monitoring the Primogen's finances. Or this, Katapotis. What on earth is it?
I've got no idea.
It doesn't add up. It seemed important to her.
But she's not here to shed any light on it. I'm listening.
I've asked for your presence here because I have a new mission for you. Delson was able to track down the men who attacked us.
It wasn't easy, but it was impossible for them to disappear without leaving a trace after what they did yesterday.
Where are they hiding?
Long Island.
E agora? Eu falo?
Yes, of course. An abandoned facility just off the coast. An old fort. It's the ideal place for a secret base.
And certainly much more. Who knows what they're up to out there?
How is it we didn't notice a thing?
They have abundant resources, and we're short on eyes.
It doesn't matter. We'll find the people responsible for the situation later. Our most pressing issue is preventing them from striking us again.
How?
You're going to go there and kill their leader.
Ixi, eu vou ter que ir lá.
Sending me there. That seems to be a rather bold choice.
I don't see anyone better for the job.
Infiltration isn't really my specialty.
You'll be dealing with Kine. You'll be a fox in a henhouse. I'm not worried about you. And Delson knows how to get you in.
Oh, that changes everything.
They evacuated the bodies from the site of the party, which is how we were able to pick up their trail.
There's a small, nondescript warehouse at Jeffrey's Point. As far as we can tell, their transfers from Boston to Long Island are made by boat. To avoid drawing attention to themselves, they've chosen to employ only small craft. There are bodies packed in the warehouse waiting to be shipped over. Do you get the picture?
You want me to disguise myself as a body to be evacuated?
Exactly. All you
Mas
have to
vai
do
dar
is start
merda.
simulating your vital functions for a few hours.
It's risky.
It's risky, but it's now or never. We might never get another opportunity. We have to try.
The last transfer is
Quer
probably going
saber
to
o que
take
que
place
deu com o
tonight.
resultado das outras?
After that, there's no way of knowing when we'll get another chance.
Eles estão querendo matar ele, hein?
I need to know the details.
Let us worry about getting you into the warehouse. We've made all the preparations. You won't have to worry about a thing until you get to Long Island.
We know where they are. Why go through their warehouse?
Charging into Long Island blind would be far too risky.
And with a traitor in our midst, I'd rather keep this to a small circle of trusted people, to avoid any other unpleasant surprises.
Fica suspeitando dele, tá suspeitando é dele, olha.
And after that?
Once you're on the island, you'll be in uncharted territory. You'll be on your own.
Who is my target?
Walter Stanford.
He's the head of the Boston Task Force. He's part of what they call the Society of Leopold.
Someone else will take his place.
No need for you to worry about that for the time being. Your mission is to eliminate Stanford, and that's all.
Vai dar merda, né?
What do we know about this Stanford?
Not much. They're very careful. He was sent from the Vatican, and he brought other fanatics with him. If he's here, it means that Rome has faith in him, and that can't be good for us.
He's got to be taken out.
What's the Vatican getting out of all this?
Your guess is as good as mine. But it seems that the kind are trying to get a better understanding of us in order to hunt us more effectively. These priests have been our enemies for ages. They have knowledge.
Putting an end to them is crucial. We must keep our enemies from unifying their strength.
I don't wish to be the bearer of ill tidings, but what if I fail? Do you have a backup plan?
Galeb, you won't fail. You're our only hope. We place all our trust in you to complete this essential mission.
There's no room for error, Bazori.
Aren't you worried someone will tip off the SI? There's still a traitor among us.
The traitors, my department. You need to strike quickly, and don't let anyone know of your plans. We can't take the slightest risk.
Tá bom, né?
All right. I've heard enough.
Very well. Then you should get going. We've already lost enough time.
Very well. My prince.
Sei não, hein? Tô botando fé não. Tô achando que a Prince tá querendo ferrar com ele. Ó, ganhei 110 de experiência. Não falhei nenhuma, porque escolhi uma ou outra, né? Você poderia ter decidido confrontar a sua cria, Belly Underwood, sob seu interesse inapropriado. Tá, beleza, mas isso aí não interessa. Pessoal, bora finalizar esse vídeo por aqui então. A gente continua no próximo. Falou, tchau, tchau!